And we are live, and we are live from the comfort of my home and beautiful PA and Johnny Max.
Hey,
Well, Johnny
hey.
Max, yeah.
Oh,
Well, he's in an undisclosed location right now. He moved. He's not too far from Arkansas and Alabama. We're just messing around. But anyway, this is just a straight up sucker free Sunday night shooting the shit. Obviously, I know this isn't like Johnny's channel with all the numbers, but thank you for stopping by, my brother. I appreciate it. I know you got other stuff going on, but
no, you're good, brother.
just
I
I
enjoy. I
figured
enjoy
I
hanging out.
figure I wanted to talk tonight about just like not even all these clowns, nothing to do with that. Just like I was thinking about like stuff that happened to me as a kid growing up and like some of the stuff I remember one funny story like when we all had like pedal bikes and shit and like I was getting chased because certain areas I was Italian Irish dudes. So I don't know if you remember the old they were tacks. They were like little tacks that came in a little blue and yellow box and they had they were pretty much like a lot of them were used for the strips. Remember for the old carpet?
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I remember like getting chased, and I remember like having them on me and like throwing. Well, it was done to me first, but I remember throwing it, and I was like, thinking of that today, and I'm like, man, all we do, we come up here, but like even to the audience, whoever's here, thank you. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Just like what's a good memory of your childhood, man? Something that's like, funny that like most people wouldn't even think like that's a Johnny Mac story or like a code story. Cause I did a lot, man. Like a lot of crazy stuff, man. But not like, I'm not acting like I was this criminal like that, but like funny stuff, like some tricks I played on people, man. Like the old nun in my school used to shoot with rubber bands. Like, God forgive me, but it's crazy. Like she would play the guitar, get on her nerves and shit. I'd be like, damn, man. So
I was a
you know,
troublemaker in school, man. I got in trouble a lot. I let a snake go in the office, and I got expelled for that. And I had to go. Of course, my mother was pissed off because it was the third school I was in like a very short time, and I had to go in front of the board of education, and we actually got that expulsion overturned because it was a
wow, good
garter
shit.
snake. It was a garter snake, and my argument was, "Hey, it's harmless. It's like what if I let a turtle go in the office? That's a harmless reptile. A garter snake is a harmless reptile
yeah,
because you're scared of it. Doesn't make it deadly.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So I was able to go back to school after like 7 day suspension, and so that was all good. But that was funny. I don't know too many people that let snakes go in the office, but they were all up on the desk screaming, and of course, the kids from the class before, when I had the paper bag with the snake in it, that of course they went and ratted me out. But
Hello, everybody in the chat. Caddy, Lisa, Ann, Emerald, Deadly. What's up? I'm blocked. I didn't even know you were blocked.
what's up, y'all?
BB from VA. Hold on. I wanted to find it. Hey, Shanna, Amanda. He says my prank was we put alarm clocks hidden in every office until then.
Nice,
Hey, I know
harmless
people like
but fun.
one of a funny one. This is a true story. There was a guy that was in my class, like he was so vicious. He would literally, hey Vixie, he would take a whoopee cushion, right? And what he would do is he would always like try to help and like he would put his time in. He would sit there for like a week or two, like get up close with the teacher in there with her, because we had nuns. I went to Catholic school in the beginning. And then what he would do was like always try to help her, do
So
stuff, the
did I.
blackboard, the erasers. And then every time, man, it never failed. He would put a whoopee cushion on there. The last minute would go off. She would get nuts. But I don't know what you guys went through. We used to get beat with paddles, bro. Like really get beat. Like it was crazy. They were thick. So another funny lead-in story to that is I used to get tired of getting my ass beat. So and my mom was crazy. She worked CYO. That was like you know how like where we were at, we had a carnival at our school every year. My mom and her friends, they cooked. My grandmother, my uncle, the St. Anthony Society. So I was getting tired. And then what were they going to do? Tell the teacher, don't smack him if you're bad, you get your ass smacked. So I put a book in the back and you could hear, and the teacher got nuts. God rest her soul, Miss Thomas. But it was like funny, man, because, it's like watching this internet, you see all these people, all this negative shit, man, and like I think people forget, and one of the reasons why I wanted to do this show is so people can think back of the good memories, man. Like tonight's the show to just like reflect back of like the positive shit, like because this YouTube can drive people crazy, man. Like, I'm sure if anybody wants to share any oh, fish behind the heater, oh man, that was nasty. I remember that too. Or or I know guys that like had garages, they would put like dead mice in certain places just to, like make that sound. It was crazy, man. Crazy shit, you know? Man.
Yeah,
So
I went to Catholic school too, bro, from grades
oh,
3
you
to
did
8,
too?
and then from 9 from my freshman year, and then from 9 to 10, but then halfway through my sophomore year. Then I went to public school, and I repeated my 10th year again. But that's because I was, wasn't doing no work. But yeah,
Well,
I used to get in trouble with the nuns, and and basically we used to have to get bad grades signed. If you got below a
oh
C,
yeah.
your parents had to sign your paperwork, and I would always forge it, and I would get in trouble. And or if you got a bad grade, you would have to do a poem. You would have to take a Bible verse, a poem, and go
Yeah.
in front of another class or another grade in the morning, right? Right as they start school, and then recite it in front of the whole class. And I got to the point where I had so many freaking poems in the that I knew them all. I knew them all by heart. So they would give me,
yeah.
you had this one, nope, and I would just take it, and I already knew it. So
Oh,
it
that's
was
what's
one of those.
up.
That's how I spent my
So
morning.
ran up over the toilet. Oh yeah, the hand to the bottom. We had that vodka and a water pistol. I heard about that. But my class was crazy because even like a story about code, when I was young, like when I met I got kicked out of West Catholic. That was a Catholic high school because me and a good friend of mine were gambling in the hallway. And that was I was at a young age, and I'm not talking tough. This is all documented. I could actually maybe one day get the guy on here. When I was 13, 14, we had a deli. One of the guys, I don't even want to give too much away, but I was taking bets and doing that shit at 13 years old. Now I wasn't at chickie status, but I was still doing stuff. So while I was in school, like really before I started really focusing on that, I don't know if you remember, Johnny. Remember how like it was like frowned upon to get condoms and like you couldn't just go in. It was like people would still feel weird and everything.
Sure.
So I had a connection to where I would get a case and I would get each box. And I remember, no disrespect to the ladies, they were called Rough Rider condoms, and I would get three for $1. Now I would go to school and I would sell each one for $1. I used to bring. I was great, man. Like to me, that was a great little hustle. And then obviously I went on to other stuff, but high school was a good time, man. And I always look,
I liked.
you know,
I
I
miss.
I didn't let bullies, man. I always stood up for the other guy. Like I didn't, one time I actually got, I was a young dude and I stood up for a guy, and the bully was a tough kid, man. And he caught me a couple times, and I kind of guess whatever lost the fight, but it didn't matter to me. It was just like, I like to see everybody get back to that place where, it's fun, man. It's entertaining, not to just, you know, I see so many people on here stressing about numbers and views and likes and whatever else it is, and how you scorched earth and threatening people. And to me, it's just like, man, let's go back to like funny stories. Like, well, I had some bad ones too, but I remember one time, Johnny, when I was a young little lad, I was a little what do you call that? Not a player, but I remember one time I was at my grandmother, God rest her soul. Uh, I had a girl at her house. I wasn't doing anything. I was like 17, 16. And the other girl knocked up on the door. So what I didn't realize was, hey, what's up, old Brajon? Do you know how like sometimes the old neighborhoods, like my grandmother's house, she would keep the back door. The screen was there. So I'm telling the girl I don't feel good. And she's like, who's in there with you? I noticed somebody. I'm like, no, telling the girl to go upstairs. Her friend sneaks in the back of the house, which was a friend of mine, runs upstairs. Oh, that was crazy, man. I got a little crazy shit too. This was like before I was really like started, trying to be a fake street guy and getting around the guys that I was doing. And because even at that time I was around bikers, but they were always steering me into even the gambling. These guys are always like, you got a lot to offer because I wanted to be a comedian, dude. Like I used to make everybody laugh, impressions, but it's crazy. So, I feel like here, man, if we can start doing some more of this kind of content, and your show was good the other night, man. I like that. Even though you don't believe in mermaids, but whatever.
I didn't. I was sitting here the other morning, and I really did not plan on going live. And then I was like, you know what? I just got done watching another clip of Todd standing and the Bigfoot stuff, and nobody was on. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just go live and talk about this. And I wasn't prepared, but it
Hey,
turned
Cajun Brady, bears and cigars. How you
everybody
doing?
kind of joined in, and it took a life of its own, man. I stayed on for like 4 hours. It was cool, you
Yeah,
know.
you know what? Like, just because I know not only this isn't about pissing people off, because it really isn't. Like, to give you credit where credit's due. Like, I have unfortunately been looking at the numbers. You're holding really good numbers, man. And if you think about it, I think you are back to that. Like, you are back. Like, you're smiling. I to be honest, no disrespect. I think you're doing better now than you did before. Like, and before you were miserable.
Well,
Now
I
it's
wasn't
like
letting
you're
it bother me. I was letting it
yeah,
get to
yeah.
me, and I've had some realizations, self realizations, and kind of like step back and look at it objectively, and I realized like they have nothing I want,
Nothing.
and there's no reason like they don't deserve my time. You got to look at what they're doing. I don't want to be involved in that crap. Yes, is it fun to rank out somebody and one up them and be able to beat them over and over and over again and get them all triggered and flustered? And is it fun to for a while? Yeah, but it gets old, y'all. How long are we going to do this shit? You know, because it
No,
gets nasty. They can't play with class. It's fun. We can break
no.
we can break stones
Yeah,
all
yeah,
day long.
yeah.
They can't handle it. So it's you can't play
But
with them. And
but remember though, the reason why I bring that up is because remember that they used to say that Johnny Mac can't do a show, he's got to attack, do this, do that, or whoever, however the commentary went from these imbeciles. But it's just to prove that again and to do it with a smile, I just think is great. And I gotta tell everybody, my phone's dead. I got this cheap phone, so people have been trying to get in touch with me, but there's nothing I can do until tomorrow. And I'd rather have 25 people here right now for me than to have all that and to have chaos. And because you know what, Johnny, even when I look at these chats, like even in your chat, there ain't no really trolls going on. You might have somebody say
not anymore.
something like,
Not
but,
anymore.
but
Because they're
no,
not
it's
getting any life. You know.
no, it's
How
like
about this, y'all? Here's right here. Piggies, cats, and birds. It won't.
I remember that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There you go. There's a well, it's blurry, but I have 154 videos on there, pure content. I'm not even on this channel. It's my animal channel. I can't do content. That is content.
Agent and Bear.
It's like it'd be nice. We could do content, and then we have people come by and put nasty remarks on them. So, but that's not going to stop me. I know they're going to do that, so I'm going to forge ahead anyway with
Oh
content.
yeah, definitely. Hey, this is a good one. BB from VA says my brother took my sister's birth control pills and sold them for uppers.
Hey,
that's
it,
that's pretty fucking cool. Freaking cool, man. That's awesome.
I've seen some shit get sold, man. Some fleece get out there that you wouldn't believe, So that's not the craziest I've heard. Not the
Oh,
craziest.
by the way, too, I talked to my cousin too through my cousin who works and helps him with the jewels and stuff. So whenever you ever come down, man, he said he's willing to meet you. And
Cool.
I told him because you were talking to shit the other night, bro. I was like, this dude knows his shit. Because of course I got to go look it up, and now I understand what you were talking about, the different types, and like
Yeah.
not just everybody. It's not and it's not easy to do that. Like it's not like you have to really know what you are doing because like there's a lot of fakes and other stuff. So
Yeah. That's the
but I
problem.
heard that I heard it's very like soothing dealing with stones and stuff. Even like, I like crystals, but you know, but like as far as that, like different gemstones and shit, I heard it's
Well, I would sell like
pumping.
parcels, man. So I would I would
Parsley.
burn one. I'd put on some music, and I would sit here and I would make like little parcels of gemstones, and I would decide what to put with what and line them up and all that. And in a way, it's kind of an artistic ability because then you got it's photography and lighting and it's fun. I enjoy that stuff, and it is, man. It's tedious, but it's an enjoyable thing. And yeah, you have to know. You got to know what you're doing. Or you're not going to make no money.
Oh, definitely. And I think even with like this thing called the internet, whatever we have going on here, like so many of these guys are wasting their time because one thing I know is like, if you look at the world, what's going on, I don't want to get into politics or nothing, but as far as even the war, like what's going on with different countries, and I mean, this thing is going to get to a point where it's going to get really out of hand. And it's like, I think the best medicine is laughter. And I think when you take that away, I think it really makes for a bad situation. I don't think that anybody could argue with that. And it pains me when I see it. It doesn't pain me like that, but I just see all these people acting the way they act. I'm like, man, I just want to laugh. I want to have fun, man. I want to see good people, saying crazy shit like that made them, back in the day, whatever gave them that kind of, kind of really, like really just appreciate a smile and a good laugh. Like not everything has to be that serious, man. And I think that a lot of these guys can't do it because they wouldn't know how to do it. They probably would have less people than there is here in here.
Yeah, well, yeah,
yes, Sandra, you heard right.
they would. They would.
Yeah, man, for
Nobody wants
real.
to hear this. I mean, look, hate is going to pull numbers. There's a lot of people that want to see a shit show, but
And I will say something Johnny knows already, and thanks because Johnny's already said a prayer. And this isn't a pity party. I just say that everybody keep my old man in your prayers. He's presently in the hospital right now. It's everything. There's no pity party. I'm not asking for donations. I'm just saying that, he's a good guy, man, and he deserves that. So if you guys could give that to him, if you do, if you pray, you do. If you're not, to say, you know what, I hope everything goes well, because that's another reason why I'm here, to show you that even through the darkest times and what I'm going through right now, I'm able to still come up here and smile. Carlos, look, bro, I love you, bro. Look, my phone, I don't have your number. I can't get at it. Look, the phone's dead. But no, I just, I want to show that it's possible. A lot of guys blame everybody else but themselves. A lot of these women up here too, they want to point the finger. And for me, to you, to everybody else, the same way I pray for you guys every day. I just a little prayer for the old man. Mario's doing good, man. He's, he's getting old, bro. He's 82 years old, man. He's 6 strokes, 2 heart attacks, 4 back surgeries, 2 hip replacements, man. He's had,
that's a
oh
lot.
man,
That's
count.
put to the ringer, man. That's
Nope.
longevity, though. 82. I would be more than happy to live to 82.
Oh yeah, he's a fighter too, man. Thank you, Carlos, my brother. Carlos always, all you guys always, every time. How's Pop? How's Pop?
Yeah, he's
You know,
definitely a fighter. He's definitely a
yeah,
fighter.
he
Well,
is, but he
family,
pissed me off today,
it's an
man. He
Italian
broke
thing.
the rule, bro. He started crying on the gurney. I'm like, you can't do that because my daughter, everybody was here. I was like, bro, listen. I said, old man, not old man, I said to my old man, I said, Dad, stop that. Like, we're not gonna do that. Like, we're gonna stay positive, man. He's just like, he's like, I don't know how many times these trips, because I could show you guys how many times he's already in the last year taken probably 10, 11, 12 trips via ambulance. And thank the good Lord he's still here. I'm blessed. I'm very fortunate, man. To be honest, and I told him today, if God forbid the good Lord called you home, I would be so like just thankful that I had that time. And you know what? I don't think that's going to happen. But he definitely deserves a prayer, man, because he's one of them guys that he prays for everybody else too. And you know how it is, man. So I don't want to make it a dreary night. It's still a good night for me because, like, well, number one, my mom catches a little break, Johnny. She's, you know what I mean? It's cool. So I want everybody to know, keep smiling, man. Like, it's the best. And especially to everybody who's doing this, smile at them too, because nobody's really worth it, man. But like I said, read this: God, family, friends. That's all that matters, man, in life, And it's cool because through all this, me and Johnny became tight, like we were, and even tighter. And there's no expectations, man. There's no like, Johnny, what are you gonna do for me? Cody, what are you gonna do for me?
There you
No,
go.
like, we got each other's back, and I don't care who makes fun, what they say, because I tell you, the only thing I will say is all those guys who claim loyalty and honor, integrity, they don't have none of that shit,
I
man. They
don't know
don't know
what
what
that
it's
means.
like. They don't care about family, none of that shit. And you know what? You can tell by one thing, the purpose of this show, they're not smiling ever. They never smile.
No, they don't even
They're
show their
pissed off.
faces, for Christ's sake. What are you going to do? I mean, look,
Thank
man,
you, Emerald.
you can't.
Yep.
That's the bottom line, man. Is they spread hate, and I don't want to be a part of that. You don't want to be a part of that. Who does?
Yeah, Cajun Brady, I was a victim of that. I didn't have it as bad as everybody else had it. I wasn't, how can I say? I wasn't,
Ooh,
but you get priests try to touch you, make them touch you, man. It was like big back in the day. But in my day, you couldn't really reveal that to your parents or like because the priests were so, I won't say glorified, but they were so honored because faith was so strong back then. And then you didn't want to like you didn't think your parents would believe you. You didn't want to offend the priest. And you know how it was you're 8, 9, you're 9 years old, you don't know what's going on, but never have I ever used that as anything other than to try to help people, and then they turn it around and make fun of you, call you that ch, you know what word, and this and that. But hey, I'm still smiling because I'm blessed, man. I will go through that 10 times more just so nobody else would ever have to. So it always turns out to be a good thing. And the memories, these saying, you're right. The memories really, 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 the good ones keep everybody going strong. Oh yeah, I heard of that place. Yep, the
yeah.
Madonna Manor.
There's uh, there's also another place I saw a couple of documentaries on, and I think that
Good
Ripper
job,
Jack did
Sandra.
one on it. It's the Dozer School for Boys in South Florida, and some atrocious things happen there. Abuse, crazy sexual abuse, physical abuse, all kinds of abuse. It just craziness, and that's one of the ones I'd like to cover. But yeah, that yeah, Brandy sent
Where's
some.
that again, Johnny?
I, what's that?
Where was that one again? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
In Florida. It was yeah,
Thank you, Miss
it's pretty
Mickey.
bad, man. It's some of the. I'll send you the link to the first story that I heard on it, and it's heartbreaking stuff.
You know what, bro? Wait till the summer when we start hitting a couple zoos, man. We definitely
I'm
gonna do
looking
some of
forward to that.
that too.
I've been
Yeah.
to the Bronx Zoo when I was a baby, when I was a little guy. I
Ah,
remember.
shit. For
So,
real?
so yeah. Other than that, I've only been to the Cincinnati Zoo. So I'd like to go to a few more zoos,
Oh
get
wow.
some videos, some pics, and all that. Put it on my animal channel.
Well, you know what though? Cajun Brady, it's the best thing. Well, not the best thing, but me with that experience, my kids never had to go through that. My grandkids will never because from the time they can understand, dad, whatever, I let them know your body's your body. And I think that's a whole different discussion that should be, broadened. And that's one thing I'm working on too, to bring more awareness and stuff. But it's very touchy topic. People get uncomfortable, but prevention is everything. I mean, look at this. Great one. Thank you for the compliment. Thank you
Yeah,
for the view too.
I know. Rhiannon's Rhiannon's giving you a little shit. It's Brandy though. I guess you misread it. You said Brady. It's Brandy.
Brandy?
Cajun Brandy. Brandy like the drink.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh,
You're
there we
good.
go. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I can't read it all. I don't know. It's all good. Thank you for
No, that's
listen.
good content though, Brandy, for sure. I'll look into it too.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's pretty good. Sorry that though. Yeah, my friend, one of my best friends, he did that at 19. I dropped him off, called him the next day, and he was out of here, man.
What do you do, man?
Crazy.
Like that's I know a few people that have had loved ones that have done that, and you never know why. You never, and a lot of them have. They were there like the day before, hours before, talk to the person, and then they're gone. Then they do that, and there's never any. You never know why, man. It's sad. It's a permanent solution to a temporary problem, and there's never ever is that necessary. You know what I mean? Because emotions will change,
Yeah.
situations will change. When it seems hopeless at times, the next day something could happen and then the whole world opens up for you. So you got to remember that it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem, and never ever go that route. You got
1,000% right, man.
to.
And I'll tell you what, I know. If obviously, I used to really after he did that, there was a period of my life. I was on the Harley a lot doing things, and I really had a bad resentment towards that. And then somebody else I know who did it was, I don't want to get into, very, very well respected guy who was in the street, not like killing people or nothing, but was in the street making money, as far as not even just illegally, like bars, restaurants. Like, a lot of people looked up to. He helped a lot of people, and nobody ever seen it coming. And once that happened, I kind of said, wait a minute, for him to do that, he had everything. There was no backstory. Like, maybe it was just that, I guess, life became, he was a veteran too. I guess life became overwhelming. So it's like, how much guts does it take for somebody to do that? Number one. And number two, it's like, I was being ignorant for so long because I hated that I lost my friend. So I was like, whoever, is a piece of, and now for me, I totally think that it's crazy. Imagine to be honest, I think the opposite now. I think it takes heart, not in a heart like, you're the man. I mean, like, to do that, like, that's, it's imagine that. This is crazy, where my view on that has totally changed, man. And I think for the better.
People
So
don't realize, man, until they go through a rough patch where they really are struggling in life, and have ever contemplated that. If anybody has been there, you understand, just how hopeless you feel in those states. And some people haven't been there. Some people have never felt that type of pain, so
do
they
you,
can't understand.
do you think that a lot of people, and not to bring it up, but a lot of these content creators, uh do you believe that is some of the problem too? I'm not saying they all want to hurt themselves. That's not what I'm saying at all. But do you believe that we've talked about this, that maybe their depression is so bad and borderline, that rather than, the acting out and all this, because a lot of it really doesn't make sense. I mean, to pick the fights, to go after the people, whatever, that's their business. I don't want to get into all that, but to see them not happy, to see them always miserable, to see them having to, like, go out of their way to scream, to yell, to rah, instead of just, you know, understand that, laughing and smiling. And to be honest, silence is the best way. If you really want to show somebody you don't care, I mean, silence is the best way, man. It's proven. Like, it
Then
really,
yeah, that's it. Then just not care, and just go
yeah.
on about your business. That's what I'm gonna do, man. Think about
No,
this.
sorry, Bears.
We've proven that. Well, I don't need to rattle off all the facts I've proven
Yeah, I'm
about
old.
each one of these guys, but think about it. I've pretty much exposed everything I
Sorry,
want
Gin and
y'all to
Bear.
know about this one and that one. And how many times have I
The
reiterated about
ego.
this one, this female, or this, like, I'll say a few names. So I'll reiterate about Maria, Chicago Muscle, stand up guys doing it. It's SoFlo going back and forth. How long do these guys want to do that shit? They're saying the same things every single day, the same shit for years now. Who wants to
That's
be?
why I can't wait. Like, when we start really doing this content, man, and like I say, however it goes, wherever it goes, like, to see, like, I did the first episode with Cuzzo, and you guys got to remember, this is, somebody asked me the next one. We're doing one Wednesday night, I think. I
Oh,
mean,
cool.
here's a guy who's a young kid. He's 32, half his time in prison. He's still learning, still making mistakes, but he's a lot of he's trolling now a lot of people, because before, when he was in a different
Yep.
frame of mind. But we're going to touch, what we're going to do is have an open forum. Whoever, ask him anything you want, respectfully. He'll tell you anything, whatever you want to ask about him, tattoos, his life, his prison thing, his whatever. Anybody could do that, but obviously it's got to be respectfully. And then I have other interviews too, but I do like content. Like, even when I used to go down just to the waterfall, man, that was so soothing, man, because there's no drama. You're not like, even if people are, in some trolls, it's like, you still, don't have to get crazy, but, like, You got guys who will stream other people's stuff. And all I'm saying is, why, if they're winning and they feel that way and they're so confident, why don't they smile? Why are they always yelling and screaming? Yeah, well,
Well,
insecurity.
they
There you
do
go.
laugh. They do laugh, but they laugh at stuff like making fun of our families, making fun of our children, and they
Oh
laugh
yeah,
at sick,
yeah,
sexual, deviant stuff that I don't think is funny. I don't
yeah.
think
It's
it's
not.
humor.
It's not like a laugh to where I say, "Yo, man, it was a great time." It's a laugh like, "I had screw these motherfuckers. I'm going to get at
Yeah,
them any
it's a
way I
laugh
can."
of insecurity, and it's more like a front. It's a facade laugh. They're not really laughing because they're happy. It's a defense mechanism. You know what I mean? That's what it
Oh
is.
yeah, and you
100%.
know what?
Like
The
when you play muscle. That's a that ha ha
yeah,
ha. That's a
yeah, yeah.
defense mechanism, y'all. 100%. Because he's not comfortable in himself. Period.
No,
That's a fact. If he was, he would do this, y'all. He would go from ha 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 to showing his face. It's one click of a button. Think
and
about that.
he's so mad too. Like I don't know why these guys, man. I really seriously, I've never seen anything like it. Just the fact that, I mean, obviously being on here, I've seen it, but to see other guys tell stories and lie and like act like that they're so happy. And then I'm serious. A lot of the stuff I see is just it's displaced anger or whatever you want to call it. It's not really a good look, but to me, I can laugh at that because I understand that they're not who they say they are. And it's funny. To me, it's very, very funny. You know?
It would be one
Yeah, exactly, Emerald.
even if they were who they say that they are and they're not. Well, let's just say that they were. It still wouldn't be worth arguing with them. What do you get out of it?
No, hell
Nothing.
no.
Nothing. Nobody's getting a big check or a pot of gold, whoever wins. To be honest, I think that they've already lost. When you go at people's children, wives, and kids and all that, and you go real world, you're done. You lost. It's over. You've been disqualified. That's my opinion, but I like to stay. See, now they feel if you go lower than I'm willing to go or Code's willing to go, and they get nastier than us, then I guess they win. It's a rush to the bottom. Shyla said it the best. It's a rush to the bottom. Who can get there the quickest? Who's the biggest shitbag? Who can get there the fastest? And go ahead. I'll go ahead and surrender that race. Y'all win. You win.
Oh yeah.
You know.
You guys, you know what? You guys are the champions on um being very disrespectful, having that tongue that just, man, and the thing that cracks me up is they'll say stuff and then in the same sentence, it's like, oh no, or like, how could you go over there with this guy, and then it's like, boom, right to the children, or boom, right to wishing death, or
Of course, because
pissing on somebody. Like, I
they
just
want
don't
to generate
understand.
a
Like,
response.
yeah.
Yeah, they want to get you upset. If they get you upset, that's a
Hey,
win.
Shyla. Yeah, man, it's crazy. I think that
Yep, there
you
she
know,
is. Race to the bottom. Hey, how you doing, Shyla? Happy
yeah,
Sunday.
exactly. It's a race to the bottom.
It is. They enjoy this shit. I don't enjoy it, man. Like I feel bad. Like when I hurt somebody or accidentally hurt somebody on here because that
Yeah,
happens a
but
lot.
yeah,
I feel
but you
bad.
did something these guys couldn't do, man. You took yourself and you said to yourself, what men do is when men realize that they mess up, they correct that shit, and then they possess a different behavioral pattern. They don't continue the same shit, and that's what you've been displaying, and you're doing. You're not giving in. You're not falling for it, and they can't handle it, man. Rather than say, you know what, he's not saying nothing about me. Let the dude go. What do I care? It's actually the worst because it drives them nuts, man, because they're insecure people. And again, they can't smile. So I think they're suckers. And that's why I say sucker free Sunday, because I'd never ever would ever give those dudes a time of day again.
Well,
Like,
you see what they did, right? You see what they did. We were on talking about mermaids, ghosts, Bigfoot,
yep.
whatever, and very hardly ever. I haven't seen the guy from Miami come into my chat and try to plug his show in quite a while. But the day that I'm not arguing back and forth and it's about content and he's not getting the attention from us, then he comes in and comments in the chat. So it's almost like he showed his hand there. Oh, you're not getting the attention, so you come and you have to insert yourself in there because you're not getting the attention you want. It's they give
Oh, he
this.
came in your chat. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he came in his chat. He said, "I'm roasting Johnny Mac at 11 o'clock," and I said, "All right, have a good time. See you later." And then we went on talking about whatever we were talking about. I didn't give it any life at all, and it pisses him off, man. But I don't even care, man. Honestly, I truly don't care. If he wants,
But it's funny too, because I think he only had like 30 people.
But you know how many times he's done the show on me?
Yeah,
at least 100 times. At least more than 100. What's he going to come up with some new lie? I don't even care. You go put up websites, do what you got to do.
Do whatever you got to do. Talk shit, say whatever. Talk all that
go to jail, man. And it ain't going to be me putting him there. Like stand-up guy, he already filed charges on him. Like this is the future for the people that keep this shit going. Like Maria's doing the same thing, evading court dates, keeping the shit going. Eventually, the court is going to put the brakes on these people. And I decided, I took things too far for a while. I never went at people's children, but I took it too far.
But when they did, though, when they came after yours, man, you did what you had to do, and the bottom line is like, here's where you really held up your end, because I do remember that when that so-called peace treaty, you held it up, and then before you know it, they're coming after you again. And then this time you never ever gave in. You didn't feed them nothing, and that's what they can't handle, because you were supposed to fall off, disappear. Me and you,
yeah. They tried to go at my kids, and they set it up that they were doing that. That all of them together, the little group over there, they were having their trolls attack my children, my family, to try to, and they kept, oh, just wait, just don't say nothing. The trap is sprung. They wanted me to freaking explode, and they thought I was going to come out here and just pop a cork and go nuts. No, not going to do that. Like, you're not going to make me compromise my personal integrity for your games on YouTube. Like, that's how much I give a shit. I don't. Okay, so it's I'm happy to let them do what they want to do, man. I really don't care anymore.
Oh yeah, what me either, man.
I want to be able to do a nice YouTube channel, a drama-free one. Maybe I'll fail. Too. Maybe I'll fail at it. I don't know, but I'd like to give an honest attempt and see if I can do something with it. I'm never going to do anything with the channel doing.
You like I said, man, you get a point across well. You can speak well. I mean, I got this Philly accent, but on the end of the day, that really doesn't mean anything. A lot of this is entertainment anyway. So for you to what you're doing, man, it's like they'll say, "Oh, Coach Dick Ride." It's nothing to do with that. It's reality. Your numbers and everything speak for himself. And to be honest, I think it's great. I think anything you put your mind to it.
You're a part of that too, bro.
I know, but I'm saying anything we really want to do, we can do, because
exactly.
Like, I've never fucked nobody over, and to be honest, anybody who really ever had a serious situation, they're out of your there's nowhere near you. So it's like all you have to really worry about is going forward. And to be honest, I just think that's the problem. These guys, a lot of these people can't let go. That's why they can't laugh. And that's why they're going to have wrinkles, because it takes 17 muscles to smile and 42 to frown, something like that. Whatever.
Never. They don't have control over them. You see, I have responded to them before in the past. But what's crazy is, like, I recognize that, okay, well, if I don't watch them, then they don't have entrance into my head. They have no access. And if I don't respond, then I don't get sucked into it, because that escalates things. And they're going to escalate anyway to try to, generate a response. But they don't have the control that they think they have. What they do is they're showing what pieces of shit they are at their attempts.
Hey, JJ. Yeah, my old man always told me too. He's like, to see people, like my dad will tell me, like, when you watch people and you see people, they'll always show you who they are. And a lot of times, when you see them for who they are, you say to yourself, wait a minute, like maybe that's not it. Maybe there's just something. Maybe it's wrong, but no, it's usually like the first gut feeling. The problem is with a lot of our society is we try to say, maybe it'll change, maybe something different. And actually, it goes the other way. And it's like really where you're in a bad situation. And it's like, damn, how did I get here? But the good thing about life is there's always a way out because as long as you're breathing, it's not over yet. And the thing is these guys and a lot of these people, they don't understand that's almost like selling your soul with that negativity. Like that's not going to work either because you're going to be required to keep doing that, to do that, to do that. And like sooner or later, people make mistakes. You put web pages up against people and wish people death, and then you got lawsuits coming your way. I don't know what's going to happen, but why would you want the attention on yourself? If you're that confident, if Johnny Mac is, like I say it again, if he's nothing and this ain't nothing, like why do you go out of your way to go after these people? It's the same shit. So again, we know you're not smiling. We know you're not happy. We know your home life sucks. We know you really don't have money. It's just that you have to take everything out on everybody else, man. So it's ridiculous, man. It really
Well, I
is.
mean, it's if you can't make anything happen in the real
Water,
world,
yo, water.
you can do it on YouTube. I guess you can just make shit up. You know, what I'm screaming is if you're this savvy, tech savvy, and street savvy, then why ain't you out there hustling and making money? Why are you on here doing this shit every day? That's what I don't
That's a
get. You
that's
know,
a great point. That's a great point because to be honest, when you have people like that with the egos, narcissists, and all that,
that's it,
they
bro. You
can't,
got that's it.
they
They're
can't, they can't.
narcissists, and it's the ego thing. That's it.
Yeah, they can't deal with direction. What they're gonna listen to a boss when they think that they're the man. Some boss telling them what to do. That just it does. It won't work that way. They
That's
feel like
true.
they're the top dog. They're the top G. But you know what? The bank accounts don't say that. And I'm not saying mine does either. But I'm saying is
But
like
you're not
that's
out here
where
trying to claiming that you're some
no, I
king
ain't.
shit.
No,
You
these
got all
guys
the money.
are. I know I have a title to all my vehicles. I got two Harleys and I have a truck and another little car. And I'm saying I have all the titles. And I'm not saying they're brand new, but at the end of the day, when you don't have that and you put other people down, it's just really it's funny that's when you laugh in a different way at these people. Like that's when you're laughing the way they laugh at us. MF for like we see it. Like we're not buying that, man. None
You
of
know what's
it's
funny? I was talking about this with our friend. Like when a certain somebody puts up a community post and it's a steak and it says "Eat your heart out." Why would anybody think that putting a picture of a steak would do anything to trigger me or even catch my attention? Like, what does that mean? I've had steak before. I mean, anybody that would do that is obviously somebody who grew up without or they think that that's
well,
what people with money do. Okay, people with money eat steak. Ha ha ha! I'm eating steak. Eat your heart out. Really, bro?
I don't know. We had some good ribs, bro. Them ribs are banging. But no, I remember when we ate and then we went, it was time to, I remember you had money on you, your credit cards, your wife, she works. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm not impressed. Like, I've had money, I've lost money. I've always thanked the good Lord. I've never been broke like that. I'm saying I've been down, but I've never ever tried to act like I was better than somebody or think or anytime I ever thought something or was being egotistical is when I fell hard. But I never had to fall so hard because I never had that much ignorance behind me to where like to these guys when the time comes and when they fall hard it's going to hit them so hard they're not going to understand how did this happen, but they can't blame nobody but themselves because if you're smiling, I say it again, if you're smiling, you're confident. You don't have to be cocky. Why do you worry about Johnny Mac? Why are you so, to be honest, I'm starting to think that there's a lot more going on
They're
here.
sweet
I'm
on me,
start
huh? They're sweet
I
on me.
think these guys, yeah, there's some sugar in the tank. And listen, I'm not prejudiced, teach his own. But I think it's better if these guys just come out of the closet and admit, like they're always talking about clothes and this and that. Well, you know what? Why? Why do you
That's
care?
true. one specific guy is always talking about my hair, my clothes,
Yeah.
constantly, and my looks.
And
You know
then
that
talking about another guy's teeth, and then God forgive me, but you
and dude
know,
don't even show his face.
yeah, and then you got some people look like have George Washington's teeth, like they were passed down. I mean, you just don't do that shit.
Uh,
Bologna ketchup and Roman noodles.
Wooden teeth, I know.
Wow,
Mr. Wooden
straight
Teeth
up.
down there. I know. It's funny.
Yeah, man. Kingston. Yeah, I just want to come on for a little bit, man. I'm not staying on here too long. It's been a long day for me. I gotta go to Jersey tomorrow, get my phone fixed, and I'll be on the phone with the doctors. I'm actually gonna call my dad in a little bit, see how he's doing. What do you got going on? Anything good? Movies?
Man, not much. Maybe pop on a movie or something. I I had to go hunt down my kitty that sleeps with me. He's been missing all day, so we got this new cat, this
Oh, that's cool.
rescue, and the other two cats, they're just not having it, man. They're not accepting it too well. So I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try to force them together in an area and see and try to give them all a treat right there and see if they'll all like eat together.
Hang
You know,
out. Yeah, that's cool.
try to get
Hey,
them.
now let me ask you another question. I follow a lot of these guys on YouTube with the dogs and stuff, and even the guy with the pit bull guy, he says that a lot of cats, like he was saying, like raw eggs, he gives them raw chicken, like a little bit at a time, and before you know it, like that, even with the dogs and cats, it's supposed to like really be very healthy for them and their coats and everything. I don't know what food you give the cats, but I'm looking for another cat now. I have to get one. I have my my last cat Buster lived till 17, man, but I haven't had a cat in like 5 years, so I want to get another one. I want to adopt another cat. I don't know what I want a
I
Maine
gotta keep
Coon though.
I got I gotta keep rescue animals around me. And we're an animal rescue house, but I love
Yeah,
animals.
I
I
like
like
no, I
house.
like that too. Yeah, I want to rescue one, definitely. But I want a Maine Coon. I can't find them, man. They're hard to find
I got
and expensive.
mine is half. It's part Maine Coon. He's a big one
Oh, that's
too.
what's up. Has he got the little things on his ears too?
Yeah, he does. He
Oh,
does.
that's great, man.
But yeah, it's
Look at this shit. Deep fried batter, banana ice cream, and maple syrup. Mod on. I'll tell you one thing, that's what I will be doing because I know how to cook. I'm going to start doing little cooking videos too
that's a good idea, man, because
because
those
I
are
can
big
get
right now.
down.
Those
And
are
I
big
know how to
right
make old school polenta. I can make all the old school shit that my mom makes. Scotland beans, broccoli knob the right way. Oh, man, I love it. I
now.
don't feed
Yeah.
my dog
Yeah,
right.
you
Oh,
should
cook
do
that.
that, man.
Yeah, man, eventually. But yeah, man, I think I'm gonna call it a night. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
guys. I just wanted to come on here, shoot the shit, Johnny. Man, thanks a lot for stopping by,
Anytime, brother.
bro.
You know it. And you're always
I'm
welcome.
really not, I'm happy and I'm not depressed, but I still worry about my old man. So thank you for all the prayers and shit. Hi, Sophie. I love it too. I love when I see Sophie's channel and Johnny's channel getting all them numbers, man, because they get so pissed. Deep fried Oreos. Yeah, I think I tried that once. Scott and beans. Scott is like a green. It's Italian wedding soup, and the beans are white kidney beans. I believe so. Yeah. Or you can have Scott and chichi. I love chichi beans, man. Oh man, they're good too. See, now I'm getting hungry. Crawfish, yeah, I can make them too. And I know how to
I've
make
never ate
gumbo.
those, man. I've never had those. I've been afraid. I've been
Yeah,
afraid. I used to
I.
catch them in the creek, man. I never thought about eating one, man.
It's not that easy as everybody thinks, too, man. Kingston, I might be on in the AM, depending upon what happens with my father. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, he'll be all right, man. I think he's gonna be good. They said he definitely has a stomach infection, but man, he's 82, still going. He's a fighter, man. God, I'm blessed. I really am. I could never, the time that you have. That's what I'm saying. Again, one last thing to all you freaking idiots out there that worry about this drama and chaos. Life's too short, man. Enjoy the time you have with your family, your parents, your loved ones, your kids, your aunts, your uncles, nieces, nephews, grandmothers, grandfathers, man.
It's what it's
Faith,
about.
family, friends, in that order, or however you want to do it. But It's imperative, man. You need that. Because to be honest, like the Godfather said, I love that saying. If you're not a man that's with his family and takes care, you're not a man at all. So all you guys pointing the finger talking about who's this and who's that. I never hear them guys talk about their families. It's always bashing somebody else's family. So, it is what it is. Everybody have a great night. Thank you. God bless. Remember, Kingston, get that channel